Yes, I am exercising. This is my day 3. We are going to talk all things travel. I'm gonna step away from the camera as far as I can go. So we're gonna talk all things travel. I know a lot of people are traveling. This is the time. So my name is Shyla Massey. I am the owner of Glistening July. We are a travel and hospitality company. We specialize in all things hospitality, so accommodations, recreation, tours, cruises, you name it. Anything to food and beverage, where should you go eat at? Anything related to hospitality, that's what we do. So today is my 3rd day on the treadmill. 3rd day. I got 1 hour. I'm gonna be on this live, and I'm gonna be talking about all things travel. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that now is the reason why someone should have access to an airport lounge. Now I can tell you the truth. I am typically late going to the airport, and when I say late, I mean I am like at the 45 minutes before baggage cut off, at the hour cut off for baggage. That's me. But that's because I have clear. Now I have global entry, which gives me TSA pre-check. So that's why. And then my airport from my home city is small. It's not that many people traveling. The only hub that's here is United. Most people don't even know that. And they have their own, I think it's called Terminal C. And then they have another terminal that's not even connected to the main terminal that they lease to prevent another airline carrier from coming in to lower the prices leaving out of our city. Yes. So I can afford to go to the airport late. I am not in one of the major cities. Hi, how are you? I am not in one of the major cities listed by the Transportation Administration that tells people that they told the airlines that they have to reduce their flight schedule. So flight schedules had to be reduced on Friday by 4%. Then, leading up, they're going to reduce flight schedules until our government balances the budget to 10%. That is equated to 4,000 flights that will be delayed. So when the flights are delayed, or not delayed, but canceled. So when the flights are canceled, mostly all of the airlines are saying that they'll give you your money. Hey Jay, how are you? So you have the right to get your money back. And then because it's customer service oriented, for them to give you your money back, you also had a right to call a hotel or whatever other accommodations that you are obtaining and asking them for a refund too. So I do have a trip coming up. If the government is still shut down, I have made up in my mind, if my flight gets canceled, I'm canceling my whole trip. I don't care. Hello, everybody. So thank you for coming in. So I'm talking about how the flights are canceled in the U.S. government, right? So I'm at an airport. They weren't issued a notice that they have to cancel flights, but I have to connect in Orlando. Now, let me tell you, before this government shutdown, Orlando is the worst airport to me, in my opinion, to leave from in the morning. It's like every company in the world schedules their flight to leave at 5:30 in the morning in Orlando. That is the worst airport. So I'm concerned about my return flight. Now, if I fly, yes, that is the worst airport. It is so unorganized. And then IAD, Washington Dulles, is the worst airport to transfer in. And what I mean that is, you would land, let's say, in Terminal C. I'm just making up a terminal, right? In International. And then they will put your domestic flight on Terminal D or E that requires you to take a train all the way to your gate. And so if you don't time everything just right, you will miss your flight in Dulles, because that almost happened to me and my children. So if I cannot get on my flight going out. Frontier has come out saying, we recommend you book a flight on another carrier. Like, they already said it. So because they already said that, that makes me think that they're not prepared for it. Just, they're not prepared for this push from the transportation administration. So I already made up in my mind though that regardless of what happens, I am going to cancel my trip and my ticket and get my money back if for some reason they cancel my flight. And so I just, I'm concerned about other people who don't know. These are the times when you need a travel advisor, that you should use a travel agent to book your accommodations. They don't handle flights. Do not use a travel agent to book a flight for you. Use your own knowledge and skill set to book your own flights. I do not recommend you using a travel agent unless you're making so much money and you're too busy to even look at a computer to book a flight. I don't recommend it. But if that's you, that travel agent will handle everything for you. They'll check you in for your flight. They'll call the airline company to get you your refund for your flight. That's what somebody who this is their career, that's what they'll do for you. Just don't be afraid to travel during this time. Use the lounges if you have access to the lounge. Like, I'm a part of the United Lounge. I wish I was a part of American Lounge, like the American Club. I can't remember what it's called, but I am part of the Mileage Plus. I am part of the United because I paid for that membership. And they changed their membership plan. So it used to be that my kids could go into the United Club for free, but then they told me if I wanted a family plan, it would be $1,500. And I was like, I'm not paying that when I just paid, but I should have renewed it before they changed the policy. So that's kind of like my fault. Hello, whoever that is. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe, everybody. If you want to learn anything about travel, this is the channel you want to subscribe to. I talk every place, every video that you see on this channel. I've actually personally been myself. It's not somebody else's video. I've been traveling since I was like 10 years old by myself. So as a solo traveler, I was considered an unaccompanied minor. So I was a ward of the airlines to travel from the East Coast to the West Coast. I've been on red-eye flights. I have slept on airplanes. So thank you for tuning in. I promised myself I would do 1 hour a day on the treadmill. 1 hour a day. So I'm doing my hour to get it out. I need to step back, so that's what I need to do. But, just think about your travel plans. If you've already paid for that trip in advance, reach out in advance to let your accommodations, your driver, the budget has said, hey, if you get stuck somewhere, we got cars and we can do one ways and we'll give you a discount. They just sent me a text message today because I use budget frequently. So they already know. I've had to use them during Labor Day weekend because my connecting flight wouldn't have gotten me to Atlanta. And it was, I think, like a 4-hour drive, 45-minute drive from Charlotte to Atlanta. But budget said, hey, we're here to help you. You can do a one-way travel with us. Don't even worry about it. So those are some options. If budget is doing it, of course, Avis is doing it, Hertz is doing it. Everybody want to make money during this time. So is there anything? I know recently I posted some videos from the Lynn Canal in Alaska. And if you've never been on an Alaskan cruise, I highly recommend that. That's something that I think everyone should do at least once in their life. And then the views along the Lynn Canal are absolutely fabulous. They're gorgeous. Like just the nature. And then make sure if you want an Alaskan cruise, you take binoculars with you. Because there were bears in the fords that I couldn't see, but because the people who were with us, they had binoculars, they could see the bears. And of course, that was my first time in nature, just going around. So I couldn't see. I'm like, well, where the bears? Where the bears at? Where the bears? Like, I didn't get to see any bears up close and in person. But the people who had, this is what they do. They go on hikes. They camp out in nature. They all were prepared with their binoculars. Like, everybody had binoculars on this cruise. And then when you get into Glacier Bay, there is the National Park Ranger boards the cruise ship, and he narrates what you're looking at as the ship comes through and goes through. They board the ship. They talk about different artifacts from the region, and because I like history, it was just like, oh wow, this is amazing. And then just waking up where it like never gets dark. So it dims, but it never gets pitch dark. Like, I had never experienced that. It's like daylight never ends in the summer when you're in Alaska. It's like a perfect sunset. I don't know how to, and I have so many pictures, and I was looking at my feed, and it's like, as we're going through the Lynn Canal, one video after the other video, and it's like they all line up. Like, it's a perfect, just reconnecting thing. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're interested in travel. Like I said, I'm recently posted some videos about Alaska. I posted on Instagram some information or some photos and a video of Singapore. So in 2022, I went to Indonesia, and part of my trip to Indonesia was a layover in Singapore. And we stopped at Changi Airport. So we did the first time. I didn't know how to get to the Jewel, and I didn't have that much time. So the second time, I went to the Jewel. So the video that I just put out on Instagram tells you exactly how to get to the Jewel if you're in Terminal 1. And the Jewel is basically this waterfall. It's very, very beautiful. It's like a water show. And the water recycles from the bottom and goes back to the top and then comes down, and it's synced to music. And it's a tourist attraction. And is it worth your time? Yes, it is. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it. And so if you're in Terminal 1, the arrival terminal, you take Terminal 1 down to the customs and immigration officer. Once you get your passport stamped, you then go out to baggage. You walk down to baggage, then you make a left. And when you make a left to baggage, it says way out. And when you go follow the arrow that says way out, there's a sign that says Jewel, and it's an arrow. And that's the arrow that you follow. Like, there are signs to lead you to the Jewel, and you'll walk right into it. And then while I was there, I went and stopped at this Michelin guide gelato's place called Birds of Paradise. So I just posted that on Instagram as well. Make sure you subscribe if you're just tuning in. This is Glistening July. We talk all things travel. And the ice cream is made from flowers, herbs, spices, pods, all natural ingredients. And then their waffle cones are infused with thyme. So I had the white chrysanthemum with strawberry basil. I had 2 scoops. And the line was actually long. There are several locations throughout Singapore that you could try this Michelin guide gelato. And it's funny how you forget. It's been 3 years since I've been there, over 3 years, because I went in July, around July 4th. And I remember I was looking at the ice cream and looking at what they had online, and I was like, what did I have? I know I had white chrysanthemum, but what else did I have? So I looked at the picture a little bit closely, which you can see on Instagram, and it was the strawberry basil. So So it was good. I would definitely recommend, as you travel more, that you visit Michelin Guide restaurants and just see the different flavors that they use and their specialties. Even if it's just one restaurant, you don't have to go to every time you eat out of the country is at a Michelin Guide restaurant. But even if it's just once, I've started doing that, and it changes your thoughts on food. That's something I would say. So, if you're looking for tickets, I saw somebody who just posted on their IG page that the last day to get your cheapest ticket was in October. Now all of the ticket prices are going up. So if you are looking for you trying to find the most inexpensive ticket, the number one thing that I use is Skyscanner. That's www.skyscanner.com. So that's S is in Sierra, K is in Kilo, Y is in Yellow, S is in Sierra, C is in Charlie, A is in Alpha, N is in November, E is in Echo, R is in Romeo.com. And you put in your city that you're leaving from, and you can put in the whole first name followed by a comma, and then the 2-digit code for the state, and it'll give you the 3-digit airport code. And then from is the location you're going to. On this website, I don't know if they have an app, they probably do. You can also put in what's the cheapest city you could fly to. So if you've never flown before and you're looking for some place to go, start at your cheapest option, because the place you probably want to go to may be out of your budget if you have a budget. So, some people, they value travel. Some people value shoes, clothes. A lot of people have their own things that they will spend their top dollar on. But for me, it's travel. It is definitely travel. I can go without purses and shoes and all of that, cars. But when it's time to go on the trip, I'm ready to go on the trip. And I am ready to go on the trip. So make sure you subscribe. So on Skyscanner, it'll tell you, hey, you live in Baltimore. The cheapest place to fly to from Baltimore is Orlando. The cheapest place to fly to and it'll put it in order. It'll list it from the cheapest to the most expensive. And then I think it says check price. So then it'll ask you to check the price of cities that they can't really find the lowest fare for. And when you go on a Skyscanner, I would not book my ticket through Skyscanner. I would see what airline company they're giving you has the lowest ticket. You can look at the carrier. So it may say multiple carriers, right? So it may be Spirit going out, Frontier coming back, or Frontier going out and Spirit coming back, or Frontier going out and American coming back. I would book my ticket directly through the carrier. Why? Because if your flight gets canceled, technically the carrier cannot help you. The third-party vendor has to help you. So I know somebody was in here and they left out, but you missed a very important part. If you book your ticket through Skyscanner, Skyscanner has to help you if the flight is canceled. American Airlines, United, Southwest, Spirit, Frontier, they will not assist you. That's part of their terms of agreement that you sign off on. So I don't book any of my tickets through third-party carriers. I only book directly through the airlines, whether that's Singapore Airlines, who did I just fly? Qatar, American. Even American has an agreement with Qatar. And American has to get permission. They're one of their airline partners. American has to get permission from Qatar to book on their aircraft. And Qatar has to get permission from American to book on their aircraft. So it's none of the, we can just put people on this plane. No, it doesn't work like that. And then in America, the only way they can book you on another carrier is if they cannot get you out within the next 48 hours. So that's 2 days. If an airline company cannot get you out of the airport in 2 days, they can call another carrier through electronic system and ask them to confirm you on that flight. But because of the state we're in, I don't think any carriers would be willing to confirm any passengers because they've all had to reduce their flight load. We have people working without pay. I seen in an ad that people were just giving gift cards to workers, the ones who couldn't afford to come into work because they didn't have gas money. So if they don't have gas money, that means they don't have money to eat. And that just, that's sad. It really is sad. I think we need to do a lot better in what we're doing as a country. But yeah, this is my day 3 on the treadmill. Day 3. This is my day 3 on the treadmill. And told myself I'm going live every day. Haven't gone every day. Some days I have gone and didn't know why it wasn't posted and people didn't come in. And it was because I didn't have it public. So I learned that the hard way. What else? I don't know. One of the things I've been slacking on is my dress. Because I'm so used to not dressing every day because I haven't got myself accustomed to wearing the same thing at my business. I just throw it in the washer. Buy new shirts that I can wear the same shirt every day. 5 shirts of 5 shirts of one shirt, 5 shirts, 5 of that shirt, so I can wear the same uniform every day. Makes it easier. Pull the shirt off, put it on, put some workout pants on, I'm gone. Peace. So, finding clothes that's bright and colorful, that'll look cute with my pictures and things like that. Like, I was looking at my pictures, I'm like, dang, I'm wearing the same stuff over and over again. So, this next trip, I'm gonna make sure I have the right kind of clothes on. All right, is anybody else coming in? Any questions? How are y'all doing? Anybody traveling right now during the government shutdown and the reduction of flights? Anybody at all? I would like to know. I saw some people were in here earlier while I was talking, but yeah, I want to know what's going on. I'm not scheduled to travel for several weeks. I want to know what's going on. I know I will not be going live starting tomorrow though. I will be posting content, but I will not be going live. I posted on Instagram all of the airports that are being impacted by the government shutdown and requiring you to with long delays. I did post that, but make sure you okay. But I don't know, y'all got 7 more minutes with me, less than 7 minutes, and then I'm going to my other channel. Talked about Skyscanner, talked about the shutdown, we talked about the importance of the travel advisor. And you don't have to have a certain income level to have a travel advisor. Oh, travel insurance. That's what we did not talk about. This is a good time for you to have travel insurance. I talked about the importance of being in the club, right? So if you get to the airport early, which they had previously recommended, but like I said, I didn't adhere to that rule. This is when the travel lounge come in hand. Because now you can sit in that travel lounge, you can eat, drink, go to sleep, relax, put your legs up. You don't have to be crammed up in an uncomfortable seat if you have access to one of the lounges at the airport. Whereas if you don't have access to a lounge, you sitting out there in one of them uncomfortable seats, trying to put your feet up or sleep on the floor or what have you while you wait for your flight because you got there early and now you just waiting. And then not to mention, you know what else they talked about? They talked about air traffic control being a problem. Air traffic control has been a problem, an issue for the last, my son is 24 years. That is one of the few government jobs that relies heavily on eyesight, and you're looking at a screen with multiple dots on the screen. And if you don't look correctly, you can kill a whole bunch of people. And so when you tell someone who has a high stress job anyway that they're not being paid, but we still need you to show up because we got all these companies that's paying us to operate air traffic control, that creates a way bigger issue. You know, I think they retire in 20 years, air traffic controllers, versus other people who traditionally retired in 30 years. So because of the eyes, you use your eyes with air traffic and you're following these dots. I mean, I wish you could see it. And it's typically no more than 2 air traffic controllers in a control tower. It's just, it's not what people, it's not like 10, 15 people up in this room monitoring flights. It's like 1 or 2 people. And the bigger the airport, yes, is more. But remember, only 1 plane takes off at a time. There are not 5 planes taking off at a time. You know, so yeah, y'all got less than 4 minutes with me. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can go through the shorts. There are some videos posted. I did go to Antigua sorry, I want to call it Antigua this summer. I did post a lot of content from there, some shorts. I did a video, 2 videos. I think some more videos because I did record. Okay, Eva, thank you. You have a great day. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, I went to Antigua this summer, and Antigua, man, the best wind. I don't know, I kept saying the whole time I was there, like, wow, this breeze is phenomenal. I've never felt a breeze like that. I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Cuba, I've been to Costa Rica, I've been to Honduras, I've been to the Bahamas, I've been to Turks and Caicos, I done been to Mexico. I've never felt the wind like in Antigua. When I say that breeze was phenomenal, like it was almost as if you could sleep out on your balcony. That's how good that breeze in Antigua was. I mean, it was absolutely, it was like, wow. And one day, I slept, my very first day there, I slept on the beach. That's how good that breeze was. I had to make myself get up. I said, these people don't think I'm homeless if I don't go to my room and go to sleep. But the breeze in Antigua was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, like, oh my goodness, like, wow. Like, if you've never, I mean, Jamaica don't have nothing on this. I mean, every country I've been to, I can't even describe it. Like, that was the highlight of my trip, was going and just every day the breeze was nice. And then going to Friars Beach and the water was beautiful. Just even looking at the water was beautiful. I spent my birthday night at Tamarind Hills Resort in a studio. And that breeze, I didn't like the flies though. I was like, oh no, and they had these little things like propellers that you put on your table to try to swat the fly. I ain't like that. I was like, oh no, I ain't feeling that. Like, I just don't like flies. And all them flies reminded me of Des Moines, Iowa. We went to Des Moines in the summer, it was flies everywhere. I mean, I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like flies. So anytime I see a fly, I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to go. And that was at Tamarind Hill, all over the breakfast. It was just flies everywhere. And it was just these little propeller things they had that try to swat the flies. I was just like, this is crazy. But I was like, this is like Des Moines. Like, oh man, it's time to get up out of here. And that was my last day here at Tamarind Hills. Hey, Koala Kid, how are you? hopefully all is well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We talk about all things travel, accommodations, tours. If you want to go through the shorts and look at all the, okay, that's good. If you want to go through the shorts and look at all the shorts, it's every place that you see on the YouTube channel. I've actually been there. It's not somebody else's content. It's footage that I've actually taken myself. It's in my phone that I've stored over the years. So yeah, where are you from, Koala Kid? Okay, are you still there? Okay, so, oh, you from Mexico? Oh, I love Mexico. We love Mexico. I love Mexico. Oh my goodness, I do love Mexico. My favorite food is tacos. I like burritos. I like tres leche. Mexico. Me, amor, Mexico. Right? Did I say it right? Mi amor, amore, mi amore, Mexico. I've been to Tulum. I've been to Cancun. I've been to Merida. I went to Tijuana recently. Oh, so then you probably like Thai food. Thai food is real spicy. What's your favorite Mexicano dish? So I went to Tijuana recently and I posted on there the best street tacos in Tijuana. And I put where the street signs up so you can see the street signs. So if you go to Tijuana, are you in Mexico City? Mexico City, Ciudad de Mexico? Did I say that right? Yes, I did say that right. But what city are you in Mexico? Okay, so yeah, I posted a short of that. Maybe some of them goes, oh, okay. And then I posted a video because we actually crossed the border. We didn't like fly into Mexico or drive into Mexico. We walked into Mexico from San Ysidro outside of San Diego. So I posted that video and then I did a live about that experience. So we parked at a parking lot near our hotel. We stayed at the Gas Lamp Westin in San Diego, and we took the blue line to San Ysidro crossing, and I booked a tour through Viator, and we met a tour guide on the American side that navigated us through the process. Once we got through the process as a group, someone on the Mexican side, so Mexicano side, greeted us, and then we took the taxi they got us some, he was like, you want some water or anything? And I was like, yeah, sure. So he got us some water. Then we took one of the local cabs into the downtown, so Centro de Tijuana, and we did a walking tour throughout downtown Tijuana, so Centro de Tijuana. And it was nice. I'm glad I did it. We went to the Tijuana side. I posted that. That was a great experience because I have always wanted to go, and I was finally able to go with my children, so that was great. Oh, thank you. So you gotta watch the beginning of the video. I tell you have to come on. So when you see, are you subscribed? So you gotta subscribe to the channel. My name is Shyla. That's my name. But you gotta subscribe to the channel. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you subscribing. But yeah, so I'm on the treadmill right now because I'm overweight. And I told myself And I'm gonna do 1 hour of walking every day. Because I also told myself that I'm gonna go live. So since I'm going live and I'm walking on the treadmill, what better else thing than to go live? All right, well, it's been 35 minutes on here and I'm about to go. So I want to thank you all for coming on today. I really appreciate you all. I ask that you subscribe to the channel if you're into travel, and make sure you like this video. And okay, all right, bye-bye.